Give me a big speech, mate.
How's T?
Yeah, she's good.
Is T alright?
She's great.
All right, let's get started. I think that's everyone. All right. So, few things we want to get through, boys. Organising Vegas has been exciting. We found out we were going in probably August last year, and not ever having taken a football team there before, we didn't really know where to start. We knew that we wanted to do a week somewhere in California before we went to Vegas. And so probably the hardest bit was that, how do we lock in that first week? What does that look like for the team? Training facilities, hotels, where do we want to base ourselves? Like, I looked everywhere from San Diego to San Francisco to try and find a suitable venue. The trip's going to be a bit different to a normal trip. Just going to America, there's going to be some limitations around what we can do. Where we're training is going to have its limitations. So I want you guys, and Robbo wanted you guys to know, going into it, what it's going to look like, where we're going to be. The message I wanted to get across to them was, we're in LA for a week. Don't worry about Vegas. Let's just lock in training. You know, we've got to keep in mind it's round one. You know, this isn't a trial game. We're going over there for round one. So I wanted to be really clear. Here was our training, and here's the time around that we can still have a really great experience in LA before we go to Vegas. You're going to turn up. We're going to do media at Sydney Airport on departure, and we're expecting cameras when we arrive in the US. So I want everyone to polo shorts, tracksuit pants. Probably learned a lesson. We had a really good trip, World Club Challenge to Barcelona, but it was the first trip I organised. I probably learned an important lesson. Like, you want to give your guys a really good experience when you're away, right? There's that balance of training and experience. And I think in Barcelona, some of the days were just a bit too long. We probably tried to put too much cultural stuff into them. And so on this trip, I was really mindful to make sure that I built in a lot of free time. So, Los Angeles, Disneyland, Newport, Orange County, Long Beach, LAX airport's here, SoFi Stadium's here. So we aren't training to the afternoons most days. So I wanted the guys to be able to start thinking, what am I going to go do in the morning? You know, what do I want to go and see? If they want to sleep in and just relax, they can. But I wanted them to really start thinking about, how do I maximise my time over there? And I deliberately gave them plenty of free time so that it just wasn't a really busy full week. If you are walking around, especially at night, you can walk up here and get an ice cream and stuff, but go in groups, right? Don't go in ones or twos, go in threes and fours and that sort of stuff, and keep each other safe. For the first 3 mornings, breakfast times are going to be set, and speaking to Jonesy, they're going to enforce, we want everyone at breakfast at that time, and that's part of our conditioning to get our sleep cycle back. How do our guys take on the information? They would have all taken on different levels of information in there. Some of them live very much in the now. So all they need to know is, what time do I need to be at the airport, and everything else will sort of flow on from there. A lot of our guys are really detailed, and they want to know. They want to be able to plan. They want to know, be able to know what they're doing in 2 weeks' time. So there was probably a lot of information in that meeting, and all the guys would have taken on different amounts. We're going to travel to Vegas on the Wednesday. So we're LA Wednesday to Wednesday. Travel to Vegas. We've done a partnership with UFC. So you see, we've done 3 partnerships while we're in Vegas. Raiders have been awesome, UFC have been awesome, and we're going to do some stuff with NASCAR. Probably well documented that it's been a difficult trip for all the clubs to organise, but that's because we're the first ones to do it. You know, I think as a club, we're really excited and really proud to be making history in the US. The nights will get quite cold, so when you're training, be prepared to train in cold conditions, all right? The days are getting quite nice. Vegas can get up to about 20, LA will get up to about 20-ish, all right? But the nights are going to be cold, so pack accordingly. Just so you know, we are using the Kansas City Chiefs change room that they used on the weekend as the home team. For those that don't know, the grass lives outside. So it lives out there till 48 hours before the event, then they roll it in and we play on the grass, and then after it, they roll it back out. It was challenging, but it's also been, you know, a really great process to go through, and one that as a club we should be proud to be part of.